it's Nicole, teacher from Empire English, and yes, my videos are for adults learning English. My entire YouTube channel was designed for adults who want to improve their English. Now, most of my videos focus on mistakes, and they are usually minor mistakes, but they are very common mistakes that I hear hundreds, sometimes thousands of people saying. I have been teaching for many years and I've been keeping notes, and I notice these things happening time and time again. But the thing is, many adults don't realize they are making these mistakes. So I hope you watch my videos and you listen to the explanation, and then you become more aware of your own speaking and you catch yourself making these mistakes and you can correct them. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying it's absolutely necessary every time to fix the mistakes, but it will help you to sound more natural. So if you want to sound more natural in English, please subscribe below and follow all of my tips and mini lessons that I provide to you. So what is the lesson for today, and why does it sound like a children's lesson? It's because we are going to talk about the sun, the moon, the earth, and things like that. Yes, I know you learned these things in kindergarten, or you learned them very young when you were at the beginner level. And now you are probably an intermediate speaker or an advanced speaker in the English language, and you feel like you already know these things. However, when you're speaking, please start to pay attention and to catch yourself if you are not using the word the every time in the following situations. For the words sun, moon, and sky, always use the word the. It's like a package. Just imagine it like a package. I always say that about the word same too. Anytime you say same, say the same. Imagine it like one word. So, we only have one sun, the sun. Every time, the sun. We only have one moon, the moon. Every time, the moon. There is only one sky, so the sky. Every time, the sky.
If you hear sun without the word the, it's referring to sunlight.
Now, just to be safe, you should also use the word the with earth every time, because we only have one earth. However, if you are a native English speaker or you've been speaking English for many years, you will naturally feel that there are some times we just say earth, referring to a place that is kind of home. For example, Earth Day. We don't say the Earth Day, we say Earth Day. But don't worry too much about this. When you're talking about the planet Earth, you should just say the Earth. And that's another thing. There are many planets. However, there is only one planet, Earth. So when you say the planet, usually we are referring to Earth. Like, that's very bad for the planet. Or people don't pay attention to how much damage is occurring to the planet. With the world, the universe, and the solar system, we also use the word the. We also use the for the atmosphere and the environment. Now that's when we are talking about the environment or the atmosphere of the world or the planet. When you're talking about the atmosphere or the environment of Earth, we use the word the.
Atmosphere and environment can be used in many situations. There's a good atmosphere in that community. That is not a safe environment for a child.
Now, air gets a little tricky because we can be talking about air or we can be talking about the air. Sometimes we talk about air as a thing, and sometimes we talk about the air, again, on Earth, or the air in our atmosphere. That's kind of difficult. Don't overthink it too much. But if you say something like, we let balloons go and they went up in the air. The stars. That is often said when we are talking about all of the stars as a set. So many times you will hear people say, look up at the stars, or I love the stars. When I had an English retreat in New York, not New York City, but on a mountain, the people always said, I love the stars. I can see the stars so clearly. And I will never forget the moment that a student begged me to stop the car and get out and look at the stars because she was so amazed. She had lived in a city in Seoul her whole life and she had never seen the stars so clearly. However, we don't always have to say the word the because we can talk about stars in general. So we say the ocean, the sea, the desert, the forest, the woods, the rainforest, the jungle. And we say the mountains when we are referring to that type of place, just like the countryside or the city. We are not talking about one specific city when we say, I like the city or I prefer to live in the city. We're talking about it as like a general type of place. And it's the same case with the mountains. There are so many mountains in this world, and still you will hear the mountains. But you can say mountains without the word the. We actually have multiple oceans and seas. However, we refer to the ocean or the sea as if we only had one ocean or one sea. It is all connected. It was humans who decided to categorize and separate and create boundaries. However, with a lake or a river, you will never say the lake or the river referring to all rivers or all lakes. You will only use the word the if you have already specified a specific lake or river. Now, last but not least, when we are talking about weather, you can say the. You can use the article the when you are talking about something as a thing. So if you say the fog cleared up, that's correct. You're talking about the actual fog, not fog in general, but the fog that was outside. That fog cleared up. So you can say, oh, the fog cleared up, or the rain cleared up, or the wind died down. So that would be the fog, the smog, the wind, the rain, the snow, the ice, that type of thing. So as usual, I'm going to say, don't overthink this. Don't stop and analyze the situation every time you are speaking. Don't worry too much. Just keep in mind the most important things. So I will be making other videos to explain many situations in which I can help you to decide if you should be using the word the. So I will end this video by saying what my mom always said: I love you to the moon and back. If you want more useful advice and tips from Empire English and Nicole Teacher, then go to nicoleteacher.com and join the membership for free. I'll see you next time.